What is going on, everyone? Welcome to today's tutorial video. Today I'm going to teach all of you beginner skaters how to do the top 10 easiest tricks in skateboarding. Alright guys, so the very first trick you're going to learn is this one right here. So you basically put your board right here on the ground and then you want to jump right onto it. So a practice step you could do is just this, just to make sure you have your foot in the right position. And then when you're ready to commit, just jump on it. Just like that. Really easy. You should get it on your first try. Alright guys, so with that trick, there is just a few things I want to point out. Make sure that when it's upside down, you have your toes very close to this outer edge, because if you flip it over, your foot will be over the bolts. If you don't have your foot on the very edge, and then you kind of bring it in, when you flip it over, your foot is going to be like this, and it's going to be harder to land. So, very next trick I'm going to teach you all is what I call the impossible way to get on your board. So basically, with this trick, all you do is just pop the board, scoop it, bring your foot forward and up, and then let the board wrap around your foot. Let me demonstrate. Just like that. So then, from there, when you do that, just step on and then roll. So this is just kind of a really steezy, cool looking way to get onto your board, especially if you're a beginner, because then people will go, wow, that guy is legit.
That was legitness.
Yeah, it was, huh?
So yeah, basically, if you're having troubles with it, just try to make sure that when you pop, you bring your foot down for the pop and then forward. Let me demonstrate. Down, forward, and then up too. Yeah. And also, if the board does this, where it goes on its side, try to have your toes hanging over the edge a little bit, and then that'll kind of have your back foot guide it, and that'll keep it from flipping over. Whoa! Number 3 on the trick list is what is known as a caveman. So this is actually a really, really easy trick, as all these are, or really should be. Okay, so with this, you want to hold the board in your dominant hand. So your dominant hand in skateboarding is not the hand that you ride with. It's the hand that is in front of you as you're skating. So since I ride regular, my dominant hand in skateboarding is my left hand. But if you're goofy, you would hold the board with your right hand and then do the trick. All you do is just put it down and then jump on, and then that's the caveman. And then as you get more comfortable with that, you can start to jump higher, like that. And guys, what I really like about this trick is that you can do it off of curbs, even picnic tables, pretty much anything you want, as big as the drop you want, just probably not off of your roof.
Probably not off of your roof. I would not recommend that.
Got him! Got him!
I would not recommend that. So yeah, I'll do it off of a few things around this area. I'll go over and, find different obstacles. So let's do that. Alright guys, so that right there was the caveman. Just make sure that you commit to it and just jump, right over the board and you'll be good. Alright, so without further ado, very next trick. We're going to be looking at how to ride off of a curb. So really, it's not a hard trick at all. I mean, you technically don't even need to, know manuals. Just basically lift up your wheels for a small amount and go really fast, and you will definitely land it. I will demonstrate it. I'm going to find a curb over here. I'm sure there's one close by, and we're going to look at that. Alright guys, so just as you can see here, the slower you go off of the curb, the more time you're going to have to manual. but the faster you go, the less time you're going to have to manuals. So really, it may sound counterintuitive, but this trick is actually way easier the faster you go because you don't have to manual as much. That's how to ride off the curb. Just make sure that you commit to the trick, and I mean, you'll really get it very quick. All right, so the next trick I'm going to teach you all is basically a tail stall on the curb and then how to get out of it. So just put your tail on the curb like this, and then you're going to just drop off. So just start off on a really, small curve, just like the one I have here, and then you just press down and then kind of go forward a little bit with your body. So, and then when you get good at that, you can start to learn how to ollie off of it. So you basically start to dip down, and so this is where it gets tricky. You gotta time it right, but you dip down and then you pop off. Watch. Alright, so that's 5 tricks. We got 5 more. Have you ever wanted to get up a curb on your skateboard but have no idea how to ollie or just too scared to ollie? Well, I got the perfect beginner trick for you. Today we're going to climb this curb without an ollie. How, you may ask? Well, I'm going to show you how. Basically, as long as you know how to distribute your weight between your tail and nose, all you have to do is when you approach the curb, keep your eye on the curb, start to lift up, get those front wheels on the concrete, on the curb, on the sidewalk, whatever, and then you start to shift your weight forward and then press down on the nose, and then you should get up the curb. So, alright guys, so trick 7 is very similar to trick 6. It deals with the curb, and basically it's a no stall without an ollie. So you're going to ride up to the curb, you're going to press lightly down on your nose, jam your nose in there, shift your weight, and then drop off switch. That was a switch for me, but you will be dropping off switch. So let's give it a few shots and see if I can even do it. Alright guys, trick number 8 is the manual. So this trick may look really difficult because it's a wheelie, but really it's really simple. What you want to do is just have your back foot on the tail, and then you want to lift up ever so slightly, and then you want to try to hold the manual for as long as you can. This is a trick that I do all the time when I'm riding just because it's fun, it's easy, and it really turns people's heads because they're like, oh wow, that guy can manual, he's legit. I'm going to do a few, then I'll go over some good pointers for you. Alright guys, so right there was a really decent manual. I did about 3 parking spaces, which is good. And that's another pointer, to practice manuals in a parking lot, because then you can track your progress with the parking spaces. So yeah, a few tips for you. Make sure to keep your knees bent when you do this trick. Don't be all blacked out and trying to balance. It's not going to work. You got to have some flex. And the main issue that I had when I was first learning this, that I remember clearly, is that I would not be able to hold it because I would just kind of do this and then I would just scrape the tail. And really, this just kind of goes away after you keep practicing and practicing. Getting comfortable on the board is a big thing. You want to make sure you can ride on 4 wheels before you ride on 2. I know it takes a genius to get that one. Number 9 is going to be the other manual, the nose manual. So, the nose manual is just like the regular manual, and it actually comes easier to some people, from what I've heard, than the regular manuals. You know, each skater is different. Alright, so for the next one, I'm going to teleport back over to the previous parking lot I was skating in. You guys meet me over there. Oh. Well, here we are, guys. So this next trick is known as the rail stand. Some people like to put pressure on their toes and then kind of pop the board up like that. But I personally don't do it that way because that's just way too scary for me. I like to just have the board like that. I like to get on the board. Okay, from here you gotta keep, whoa! From here you gotta try to keep your balance, so keep your knees bent, and then you're gonna jump, and then you're going to kick back with your foot to make the board go back down, like that. Really easy when you get your balance, because it's really tricky to just get it up there. And when you're learning, I would recommend to have the wheels so that they are facing towards you instead of like this, because then you're gonna have to kick out. And I mean, you can do it that way, but it's just not as easy because, you know, you're already leaning back and you could shoot out. But, you know, whatever you want to do, if you want to try it that way, go ahead. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial video. I hope it was helpful to you if you're, you know, starting out skating and you just want to do a few fun, different tricks to kind of mix things up. It's always good to, you know, take a break from your regular routine and just try something different, and it keeps the fun in skateboarding, right? Because that's what it's about. Definitely let me know in the comments if you like this type of video, because I might just do more of them if you all really liked it and think it was helpful. So yeah, that'll be it. This is Skateboarding 101. Signing off, guys.